What's up, guys? Here at the house today, going to try to change the output tube on a Minn Kota PowerDrive 24 volt. I ordered one and I hadn't took it apart yet, but we fixing to get into it. I'm going to show you what the piece looks like first, and then also what my problem is. Try to get this boat back on the water as quick as possible. Appreciate y'all hanging out. This is the part, the tube, and this part right here, it's got a little leg sticking out right here. That should be sticking out of that area of the trailer motor, and it's broke off flush. So when it's on the spot lock, the motor just goes crazy. It'll still go forward and turn and that sort of thing, but the spot locking, where it's twisting around, it just spins round and round until the motor shuts off. It's Minn Kota PowerDrive, 24 volt. This was a 60-inch because I got a pretty deep boat. So we're fixing to get on here and see what we can do. Okay, guys, make sure first that your power is unhooked. So your cord, or if you got it hardwired in, disconnect it from the battery. You don't want to be working on this with the power going to it. The first thing we're going to do after that is take these two screws out on each side and take these covers off the base. Alright, we took those 4 Phillips head screws out, both sides, and just the side with the power, I'm just going to lay this cover back to out of the way, and then the other side I just removed completely. Alright, next thing I did is I just dropped mine down to the ground, or just mainly because it's easier for me to work on right now. And I'm going to take this off, loosen that up, get it out of the way, and then I'm going, underneath the head, I'm going to take out all the screws that's holding the top plate on right here. We're going to take that off next. Okay, we removed these 4 screws from the bottom and 1 from the neck right here. The long one goes right through that shaft. Just gonna get up here and just pop this head off. I'm gonna get up here and show you how to unwire this thing. Alright, guys, once you got this power head off, or top piece, whatever technical term is, you're gonna undo these 2 wires, and they have it's like heat shrink, I guess, pushed over them. Just pull that out of the way, and then there's just a little connector right there, butt connector. Undo, and you're going to undo both of these. I don't think I can really do it with one hand. I might can. So just slide that back just like that, and then pull this apart. And all we're trying to do is be able to take this head off so that the shaft of the trailer motor will slide down through that motor. Okay, in addition to these 2, the first ones we did, you're going to need to unscrew this right here. Actually, I'm sorry, it unscrews and then it pulls out. So what we're trying to do is get these wires down in that neck to pull out. So also on this fuse one right here, this one is heat shrinked on both sides. So I just took a utility knife, cut the heat shrink right there, and pulled it apart. So now we're free to pull the shaft out of the actual motor of the trailer motor here. Alright, so next all I'm doing is pulling this head up off the trailer motor shaft, and I'm going to feed my wires through the hole and just get this totally, well, there it goes, get this totally separated from the trailer motor. And one of my blue heat shrinks came off. I'm going to take both of them off right now. Alright, the next step, we're going to try to slide this trailer motor shaft out. We may have to pick it up a little bit, get it off the ground because I'm touching the ground. We're going to slide that out next. Alright, next I just this was down on the top here. I slid it off the top of the shaft of the trailer motor. This is what, that little leg right there is what's going to sit on the new piece and that's what's broke off. There should be a little leg sticking up right here that this can lock into, and that part broke. Alright, once I got this off, all I did was raise my trolling motor back up into like the store position, and then I pulled the shaft that we disconnected the wires on straight out the end here. That was the next step. Now we're gonna have to get into this motor here to be able to change the output shaft that we were trying to change. I think for the ease of working on this, I popped this cap off right here. There's dirt or a wasp nest up in there off the end, and then I'm going to go ahead and take this pin out right here and pop this motor completely loose from the base. That way I can take these 4 screws right at the bottom loose. I just took a this was on there like that. I just took a flathead screwdriver and popped it off the end, and now I'm fixing to loosen this up and push that pin through. Probably have to tap it with a hammer. Alright, what I did is tap the end that was sticking out with a hammer, tapped it in, and then I was able to twist this as I pulled and just pull it out. But I'm going to leave it in there, and I've got the motor, as you can see. I can actually get it up here and just work on it. And I think I'm going to leave it just wired in right there. I'm not going to disconnect it, but I wanted to be able to turn it. Since I'm not changing the whole motor, I'm taking the actual motor apart to change this sleeve. That'll go in there. So since we're not changing the whole thing, I'm gonna leave it wired up on that end and just take these 6 screws out of the bottom right here. Alright guys, I just took I'm taking a T20 little star bit, there's a little star head, and there's 6 of them, and I'm just gonna take them 6 out and then pull this motor housing apart. Alright guys, I got those 6 screws out all the way around with that T20. That's about how long they are right there. As you can see, this cap's still, stuck together. What I'm going to do is take a little flathead screwdriver carefully and just kind of see if I can pry it apart right here, all the way around evenly. Okay, all I did was, it's got some pins holding it, so I took that screwdriver and just did a little bit all the way around until it popped loose. It's just, don't really pry on one side super hard, just go around evenly. That's what the inside looks like. There's a couple of gears right there. There's the shafts they go on, so it's really, don't worry about getting them in the wrong place or knocking them off or something like that. And then there's the big gear right here. As you can see, this is the new one with the leg on it, and then that's where mine's broke off right there. All I'm going to do is pop this gear, swap it back out on here, and then put it back together like I took it apart. Alright, put the box back together, put the 6 screws back in the bottom. Your new piece should be sticking out like this now. Where before, if you remember, it was broke off and flush right there. Just gonna take the motor, mount it back in the pin that we took out, and go from there, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I got the motor set back in place, drove the pin back in with the hammer, and then took my clip and put it back on the end. Just, like we pulled it off to take the clip out, the pin out, so we put the clip back on to hold it in spot. Now we get good to go on this side here. We will put the shaft back up through the bottom into the top, and then get everything wired back up. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I just started my wires through the hole and then pushed the shaft on through the hole. Then we're going to set the head back on it and get those wires back hooked up. Alright guys, I got the head set back on here. There's some, where you took this screw out, just make sure the shaft's got 2 holes in it and the head's got 2 holes in it, and just screw that back in. Up on the top, we're just going to hook, we're going to put our heat shrink back over these, and we're going to hook the black to black, red to red, and then the brown where we disconnected it, same. And then the for the foot control, or the actually it's the GPS head, hooks back up there. We're going to wire it back up just like we took it loose. Alright guys, I forgot a very important step. So I'm fixing to take this screw back out. I just had it sitting in there luckily. And I'm going to pull the head back off. Luckily I hadn't, I hadn't took anything else, hooked anything up or anything. You're going to pull the wires back out, just like that. And the most important piece you need to put back on is the lock. Alright, I'm going to feed the wires through it and get it set back into place. Make sure everything's working, then I'm set the head back on. It's hard to do with one hand. So, okay, got all the wires hooked back up. And I'm going to set this on there and get this wire over here kind of fed in there and get everything sitting down tight. And then I'm going to put the 4 screws that came out of it back in there. Okay, we got the 4 Phillips head screws back in. The shaft is setting on the ground where it was originally when I took it loose. But you can't, so make sure you tighten this up. But if you want to mark that before you take it off, or you can adjust it later. But that's how deep the propeller or whatever is going to go down into the water. Mine's setting about where it was, so I just tightened it back up. Alright, I'm going to just push this back down in place. I did remove the dirt daubers and wasp nests, and then I'm going to put the side panels back on and put the 2 screws on each side. I'll be right back. Alright guys, put the covers on both sides, got the middle piece back in, everything's tightened up. I am fixing to plug mine up and just check it here in the yard. It's up to you if you want to do it in the yard or at the water. I feel safer doing it in the yard, so that's what I'm fixing to do. I hope y'all enjoyed this. This is an easy, DIY project. The part was like $10, and flathead, a Phillips head, a hammer to tap that pin out, and then that T20 star bit to take the head off here is all you need. Real time, not YouTube time. I would say give yourself an hour. It probably won't take that long, but just schedule for an hour or so, and you really won't have any problems. I appreciate you watching. If you would like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share if anybody else that you know of may have the same issue. It must be a common problem with being as easy a part to get. And anyways, thank y'all. Alright guys, here's finished product. Let's see, got the motors working. Turn that off. Steering's working. And remember, you can adjust your shaft depth, how far the prop goes in the water, right there. Alright, Minn Kota PowerDrive. Do it yourself, guys. It's a $10 part. It took me around 30 minutes or so. I'd give yourself an hour just to be safe.